this. Great. Meeting's being recorded. Great. I should have actually asked if anyone had an issue with that, but I guess that was sort of part of it. This is, in case you're not aware, this is going to be part of my online program. So I'll probably be running journeys every few months with a live group, and then I'll have parts of it recorded, which will be part of an online journey to joy. So it'll be edited and there'll be different bits. And if there's parts that you really don't want shared, let me know after the session and I'll make sure that it's cut out. So that's kind of my intention for this. And I'm so grateful that you guys are all part of this. And it's very much feedback is so welcome. I really do. I take it all on board, and there's nothing you could say that could really offend me, because I'm here to be in service to you guys, to humanity. And so if something doesn't resonate or you think there could have been something better, I would love to hear. Either during, you can write in the chat box, or and then after, if something's landing or whatever, bring it up. The more feedback, the better. Sound good? Great. So, what else would I like to share? Yeah, so that's kind of what the journey is going to be. A little bit from, as I said, different modalities, but I've kind of, as I was writing it, I was actually funnily enough with Sammy when I was journeying through the journey. And as I finished writing it, unbeknownst to me, this wasn't really how I intended it to be in my mind. But then I went through and it very closely aligned with the chakras. So each theme, so 7 weeks, 7 chakras, and it's got elements of it. I'm not specifically going to focus on this is root chakra and go deep into what that is, but just so that you know, we're going to be moving up through the body. So we'll start grounding and like really being present in our bodies, and then move our way up to that total state of bliss and joy. So again, I won't go deep into that throughout, but there is kind of method behind it without me consciously creating that. That's what's kind of come about. And each week will be a different theme that we'll journey with. We will have a kind of embodied practice with it that we'll go through together. And then, and then we'll get to kind of journey with it throughout the week. I'm going to start a little group where we can add videos about how we're going, and just to really create this community around joy as we journey together over the next 7 weeks. All right, I think that's enough talking from me. Steph, you are first in the square. So has everyone had time to think about their intention as to why they're here, and what they're excited to bring, and what you really want to feel from this experience? Everyone's got their intention? Thumbs up. And if you don't, Rach, lucky you're last. Great. So Steph, I'd love to introduce yourself, your name, where you're currently doing the call from, and then your intention, what you're really hoping to get out of the next 7 weeks, and then your favorite dessert, just to change it up.
Hi everybody, my name is Steph. I am here from Melbourne, virtually visiting you all. I heard about this course through Anna, and I have been so flat chat in my life, just like generally, and I haven't really had time to set an intention, but I think that is my intention, is to make time for myself and to make time to check in to how I'm doing and where I'm at, because I just don't do that enough. I'm so busy all the time. So to make time for myself and to commit to that. And my favorite dessert is sticky date pudding. I love the mixture of like a hot pudding with like the cold ice cream.
Yeah. Who's up for the sticky date pudding?
Best.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for this. So excited.
Yeah, really excited to have you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Sammy, you're up next in the box. This looks like the Brady Bunch as well. It's like,
Yay.
if anyone else is on
So
it.
Brady Bunch, yeah. Yeah, wow, so excited to be here. Thanks for having us, Coco. So yeah, I'm obviously Sam or Sammy, whatever you want to call me. And yeah, I'm in Wilson's Creek in the Byron Shire, just down the road from Coco. And my intention is to just connect with that like innate love that's in me that I sometimes forget, as we all do. So yeah, just coming home to that place and embodying more of that love, and so that I can connect with my purpose with like confidence and passion and clarity, and feel really like empowered that what I'm doing is yeah, I feel really connected to what I'm doing. Yeah, that's my intention. And my favorite dessert, that's so like, it's such a tricky question because everything, I just love so many desserts. But if I had to choose one, I'd probably go with like a really like dense chocolate brownie, like maybe one with like macadamia nuts or something in it, something like that. Yeah, that's me.
Really good. Thank you. Coming back to the natural state. I love it. Yes. Great. Laura?
Hey guys. Coco, yeah, thank you so much for having us. I ran into you a couple of weeks ago, I think, and it was meant to be because that's when you told me about it. And you were like, actually, yeah, come join this journey. So yeah, I'm really excited. And it's coming at a perfect time as well. I feel like for many, many months now, stress has really taken over my life. And I really have a hard time connecting to that feeling of joy and ease and flow. It's been really difficult. Although I had time off, and that was my intention for the past few months, it just hasn't happened. And I think having that accountability of a group of people who meet every week is going to be really, really helpful. And and letting go a little bit of that, having to control everything, and just really letting things flow a bit more with more ease. Yeah. So Journey to Joy is just the perfect thing right now. So yeah, thank you. Favorite dessert? Well, I would say in cold weather like it is at the moment, it would be a warm apple pie and some ice cream. And otherwise probably like a good cheesecake, vegan one preferred. And for everyone who doesn't know me, I'm Laura, and I'm currently in Suffolk Park.
Beautiful. Thanks, Laura. Yeah, apple tartare always gets me every time.
Yeah.
Mads?
Hi everyone, I am Maddie, and I am actually coming from Coco's granny flat, also in Mullum. So I wrote down a little intention. My intention for Journey to Joy is to learn more about myself and find helpful practices and tools to a healthier and happier way of life. Also, like Laura said, I'm really excited to get to know like a really conscious and lovely group of women and have that accountability, like coming together in community. So yeah, I'm really, really excited for that. And I would probably go a cheesecake for my dessert as well, but not vegan because I'm a dairy lover.
Dairy lover and a honey lover. Maddie just told me yesterday she eats a kilo of honey a week. I'm so impressed.
With my boyfriend, not just me. Still, it's a lot.
Very impressive. Right. And a beautiful intention as well. I do really encourage you to like write it down as you have, Mads. And like with everyone, it's like when things get tough, you just come back to your intention. Why am I actually here? And intention is everything, no matter what we're doing. When we know why we're doing something and how we want to feel and why we're showing up, it just gives us that motivation to just keep going and keep moving through things, because like you're already in that end result of that feeling of what you want, and then knowing that it's already within you. and you've accessed that state before. So the more we can come back to that state of joy and have the intention to be that, the more we're going to reprogram our brain to start acting that way, to start feeling that. So yeah, so really encourage you to write it down and come back to it before every session, and as frequently as you want, but it's just, that's my intention, to be in joy, to move with more flow and ease, as Laura said. But whatever that thing is for you, be clear on your intention, because your intention is everything. All right, Mitz, you're up.
Trying to unmute myself.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Mitzi. I am in Sydney, and I haven't really solidly thought about my intention yet, but you are one of the most joyful people I know, and it's so infectious, so I'm really happy to be lapping that up. And again, back to our accountability piece and lots of beautiful women, I'm so excited for that too. Yeah, I just think my life is its best when I'm joyful. And I think also I think it, as you say, ease comes with that, and just trust and acceptance. And that might be something that I'm missing at the moment. So that's a good intention for me. Oh, and I can't go past just plain old chocolate.
Like a chocolate block, that's dessert.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got a lot of variety in the house. I like it.
Yeah, I know. Smorgasbord.
Great. Kaza?
Hey everyone, I'm Karen. Thank you, Coco, for having me here. Really excited to be here, and really nice actually that it's a female circle as well. Done a few training courses over the last few years, but never just with a female. So I'm really loving the Shakti energy. Okay, so so I'm living in Ocean Shores at the moment, which isn't far from Courtney and some of you guys. I suppose my intention, I'm all about just trying to live my authentic best, really, and my truest nature. So it's about kind of stripping back the layers. I'm kind of on my journey of self-discovery. I find that I'm much at ease with giving. I'm really good at being able to give, and never really to receive back. I find that challenging. So my intention, I suppose, is to be an open and clear channel to receive. So yeah, and I just love your fun, vibrant energy. So I'm just so excited to be here. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. And oh God, pudding. I absolutely love any type of sweet dish. But the first thing that came in my mind that I haven't had for a few years, and now I'm just thinking, oh my God, I've got to go and find it somewhere. Banoffee pie. I love bananas and caramel. So if you know a good recipe, Coco, I'll be around yours soon for that.
I didn't even know what a banoffee pie is.
It's banana. It's like you can get like, it's a bit of a cheesecake, and yeah, it's got banana, it's got caramel in, and oh, it's just beautiful. In fact, I'll make one and I'll bring it round.
Great, we can have a banoffee.
Does anyone else know? Is it an English thing? Maybe it's a Brit thing.
I just made it last weekend for a birthday cake for one of my friends. It's a really popular one actually. Beautiful.
All right, Anna. Oh, no, we can't hear you.
Take this out.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Cool. Hey everyone, I'm Anna. It's so nice to see you all, and like all these women from different aspects of my life coming together is really cool, who haven't met, I think. Yeah, I think joy is something that I've discovered that I just really value when I meet people and I feel their joy. It's like something that you see in kids, you know, it's just so natural, I think. And then somewhere along the line, I think joy almost becomes a choice. Like Are we going to let the throes of life take us down and get a bit bitter, or do you stay joyful? And that's something that I do want to say. I want to be happy. I want to be a happy person. And I think I've come into contact with that more and more the past few months. And I've definitely taken a step back in my life from things that haven't made me happy. And it's been really good. And I guess going forward now that I've cleared the slate a bit, I just want to really follow joy rather than pushing myself to do anything, or doing something because I'm anxious, or doing something because I think it'll make me feel safe or something like that. And although safety is important, but I think there's a safety that comes from living in joy. So just making sure that the decisions I make going forward are coming from an intuitive and happy and excited place. So yeah, thank you. Oh, sticky date pudding for sure. I'm at a place with people, so people are coming in and out.
Oh, good. And I love what you said too, and I totally agree that it is our natural state. If you think about how we were wired, it's like as kids, they're just so naturally joyful, but then we've forgotten it somehow. And yeah, conditioning, beliefs, experiences, all these things are just inhibiting that natural state. And the more that we peel back the layers, as you know, Kaz, you mentioned as well, you feel it, and you're drawn to people that have that vibration as well. So in this community, I have no doubt that we're all going to feel that joy and bring that vibration out to the world. And that's one of my intentions, but I'll come to that after. And sticky date pudding, love it. Delicious. All right, Rachie.
Hello. So nice to see everyone. I'm Rachel, or Rach is fine, and I'm living in Bangalore. Thanks so much for having me, Coco. I'm so excited to journey with all of you. I think one of my intentions would be to reconnect back to my playful side. I think sometimes when I'm sort of stuck in my head and stuck in like the everyday sort of routine, and stress comes in and whatnot, I find it really hard to access joy in those moments and access like my playful side in those moments. So building on from that, like learning some tools in how to come back to my center and come back home. I think that would be my main intention. And dessert. Ooh, I love dessert. I love dessert so much. Probably my mum's vanilla slice. I love custard. Can't just choose one. I love like lemon meringue pie and a good pav as well, pavlova. Oh, so good.
Know what to make you for your birthday. This is all handy information. Great. Love that. And that's exactly what this is all about. We'll have different techniques and different tools, and some things will really you'll be like, oh my God, I definitely want to use that. And other things you might be like, that didn't work for me. And that's what I'm really excited about this journey, is that you can pick and choose the things that you like, continue to discover more of that. And I'm happy to share who I worked with in certain modalities to see if that's a path you want to continue to learn more about. So yeah, look forward to sharing the techniques and finding the things that work for you, Rach. And last but definitely not least, Bianca.
Gosh, I'm just giggling now. Sorry. Hi everyone, I'm Bianca and I'm from Brisbane. And I would say I want to be here so I can connect with the love inside of me, because it has been neglected lately with life and work stress. But I'm so excited to immerse myself in this journey and wouldn't want to be guided by anyone else but Coco. So I'm very excited about this. Also to be in a space where there's like-minded humans, because I think it's something that I struggle with, trying to find like-minded friends in hustle and bustle city here. And my favorite dessert is definitely what came to mind was a s'more. I love a bonfire and I love a roasted marshmallow. So yeah, that's me.
Great. Delicious. Yeah, and I think we've all kind of touched on this, the idea of community. And I think that's one of the greatest things about doing work, specifically online, where it's like, oh, you all get to come together. We'll make sure we've got our kind of chat group going. And I'm probably going to start this group called Marco Polo, which is where we can all send each other fun videos. I know it's another thing to download, but it's actually really good where it's like you try and do only a 2-minute only video, and it's really fun and interactive, and just to create the joy, the community, and we can all just send each other little updates. And on there as well, that's when I'll add, if you feel like at the end of a session that you needed something more, I'm happy to send over other practices. And yeah, if you feel like, you're really craving some more, I'm happy to, send over what I can. So just keep me posted on where you're all at. But yeah, so my intention, I am very big on choosing an end result of like, why am I doing this, and what is my intention for you guys? And it's, to inspire women to be more confident, know their worth, and really feel empowered to go after the core of their dreams. And so I'm setting that intention, and I'm here to guide throughout the whole journey, knowing that a huge part of this has nothing to do with me, right? It's all about all of us bringing our energy here and supporting each other on that, because it's always a co-creation. And that kind of takes me to a little bit of agreements. So 3 things that I'd love to ask of you guys throughout this whole journey. And I won't do them each time, but I'll just set the foundation now. But it's the 3 S's. And the first is sovereignty. So you guys are your own sovereign beings. If you don't feel like doing something, feel free to turn your screen off and just kind of sit back and watch and be part of it. There's not going to be anything too crazy, but I want you to really listen to yourself and respect your own boundaries, because self-worth is all about respecting yourself no matter what anyone else is doing. And so just really want you to own your own sovereignty. The second is synergy. And this is, the idea that we're co-creating this experience together. I've got a clear structure of how I would like things to go, but I am totally not attached to any of it. And if I feel like it flows, I'm going to change things. Great. And if you guys want to bring something in, great. This is, co-creation, where I'm really just creating the space to allow your true essence to come out. And if that means someone else facilitating or getting up there, I'm all about it. And I'm in full surrender to this being a co-creation altogether. And then the final piece is, I've lost my words, but it's really about us, the sacredness of this. So all of you is sacred, and all of you is welcome. So your joy is obviously what we're here to bring out, but underneath that, your sadness is welcome, your grief is welcome, your hysteria, if you want to laugh, all of it is totally welcome. And I just want to create that space where, we're all here to support each other in whatever shows up. And that this is, sacred and secret stem from the same word, but that, we're all honoring each other's, like, this is a sacred, safe space where we're not going to, kiss and tell, and, everything really stays on this Zoom call. And then I'll obviously delete parts of it that I don't feel like can be out there, but I want all of you to feel really safe that, you can share anything and show up exactly as you are. And I'm just here to hold space for this journey for all of you. So if you all agree to the 3 S's, sovereignty, synergy, and sacredness, give me 2 thumbs up. Great. Perfect. And then the other thing I wanted to share was actually chatting to my auntie a little while ago. She actually sent me, no one said biscotti, but biscotti is one of my favorite desserts. They're just these like delicious little biscuits, and I have them with the tea. And anyway, my auntie makes them all the time. And I asked my auntie, where did she get the recipe? It's actually funny. I was sitting at a doctor's office, and I was just waiting for my appointment, and I was reading through this magazine, and I saw this biscotti recipe, and she saw it. It looked really good. She took a photo, and she came home and she cooked them, and she made them, and they were the best recipe ever. And she made it, and she made it again and perfected it. And the first time I think she said it wasn't that great, but she just kept trying it, changing a few things up to make sure that it was a perfect recipe for her. And it's become like a family, I don't even know what you call it, like a jewel. And now all of our family makes it, and it brings so much joy to our family. And it got me thinking, though, that she could have just gone and read this recipe and never used it again. And she could have gone home and done it once and it didn't work that well and then just forget about it. But she didn't. She stuck with it, and she kept reiterating and finding the things that work for her in the recipe to bring that joy to her life and to our family's life. And so I want to really instill that within you guys, that you can come to any course and read about it and be part of it, but it's actually in the implementation and going home and taking that with you, and then iterating and finding the things that work for you, so that you too can experience the joy of dessert, the joy of the biscotti in everyday life, and share that with those around you, because that's really what we're here to do. Is as we raise our vibe, as we bring more joy to our life, we can spread that onto others and make the world a more joyful place. So that's one of my intentions, to really bring more joy and to help and to encourage you guys to bring that out in everyone. So on that note, we're going to take out one of the raisins, just the one. Everyone's got their raisin? And everyone's got their raisin? All right. And so just noticing the raisin and remembering that together here, we are raising the vibration. And so we're going to sort of cheers our raisin to each other and eat the raisin. And then once you've finished eating it and really bringing in the sweetness of life, something so small can bring so much sweetness, I want you to just write down your experience of eating the raisin. And it can doesn't have to take very long. Maybe what you were thinking about, if you were thinking, just what you noticed in that raisin. When you're done, just give me a little thumbs up. Great. So I'm just going to go into the structure. I'm not sure if I mentioned how the structure of the whole thing is, but just so you got a sense of where we're going. So we're going to go through a certain theme each time, and we'll begin each session just by grounding into that theme. So grounding and landing, like the breath, or I don't really know what I'm going to do each week, but it'll be something along the lines of singing, dancing, breath work, something just to be here now and we all kind of come to the space. Then we'll do a small gratitude and intention practice. Again, set the intention for whatever that theme is that week. And then we'll do a practice, as I said, to really feel the experience of that theme. And then we'll do a discussion and what did we experience, and really that's where a lot of the benefit will come, because when we all share what we got, what we're receiving, we're going to be able to get little nuggets from each other. And this is really the piece of co-creation, is when we share, we get the benefit of everyone's experience, not just mine. And then I'm going to set a few tasks for the week that you guys can then play with at home. And then we will set up this little Marco Polo group so that we can all do a little video of maybe if something big happens or you see a big shift. It's amazing when we all share and we start to affirm to our consciousness as well that this stuff works. If you notice something extra joyful in your week, like share it to the group, and we can really join each other on this journey to joy. And the themes, so this week is really about presence, because without presence, you're not really going to be able to feel the fullness of each moment. So we'll go into presence. And I know a lot of you have had experience with meditation, which makes this even easier because we know what the feeling is to be present. And we're going to go beyond just that, but presence is today. Then we'll move into pleasure, will be next week. And that's when we're really going to move into the sacred sexuality space and self-sourcing our own pleasure. So that's why I mentioned if you wanted to get a yoni egg, I sent you the link. It can be great for self-pleasure practices, self-love. Then we will move into power. And power is all about where do we give our power away so that we can, we lose our joy because we give some of our power away. When we're fully in our power, we feel that sense of joy and purpose, and everything is like, I'm fully in control. Then we're going to move into the heart, and that's where play and joy, and I'm super excited for that session, obviously, because I'm all about bringing more play to every day. But we'll be playing the whole time, but play. Then we'll move into permission, and that's really around the throat. So where don't we give ourselves permission to speak up, to speak our truth, to go for everything that we want? So we'll journey through the voice, through permission. Then we'll move up to the third eye, which is all about purpose. So what is your true purpose? We'll journey into finding out what your true nature really desires and helping to manifest whatever your purpose is. And then the final week will be peace. So once we've got all these pieces, we realize just that state of bliss and peace that we all have within us. So that is going to be the 7-week journey. And yeah, so it's going to be great. Now I'm excited. Any questions? Sound good? Great. Okay. So let us begin with presence. And yeah, I think let's move. It's been a little while. So let's stand up, and we're going to just do a little, so this will be our grounding practice of Qigong. So make sure you can sort of stand, and you don't necessarily need, it'll be easy if you can see me. Yeah, cool. And I'm going to put on some music, but let me know if you can hear me and see me. Otherwise, I won't do the moves, and I'll just come close to the screen. So. Oh, actually, sorry. I got a bit ahead of myself, but never mind. We'll start with Qigong anyway. So. All right, so just closing down the eyes first and just landing, softening the feet. We'll just, actually, let me check you can hear me. Can you hear me okay and see me? Yeah? Great. So just aligning with the body first, standing with your feet hip width apart, placing the hands on your belly. Just taking a deep breath in here and out. Continuing to breathe into the belly. Bring your attention to the heels, pushing your feet into the earth. supported, grounded. Bring the awareness to the knees. Make sure the knees are soft. And remembering the breath, softening the knees. Bring the awareness to the hips. Drawing your pelvis in to activate the pelvic floor. And closing down the eyes if they aren't ready. Softening your belly. Remembering the breath. Breathing into the belly and out. Lifting the chest up. Placing the tip of the tongue where the teeth meet the gums. And allowing the back of the tongue to soften. Noticing how it relaxes your face and throat. Allow the tongue to soften. Bringing your attention to the center of the brow as it begins to expand out. Taking a slow, even breath in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. Again, slow, even breath in and out. Softening the belly, throat, face. Slow, even breaths. Just letting everything settle. Putting all the conversations of the past down. All the plans of the future down. Coming into the breath. And to feel the temperature of your skin as you become more present. Tuning into the space around you. Tuning into the space inside of you now. Coming into the breath. Tuning into your heart. How do you feel? Just here now. So, you can start to begin to open your eyes. And we'll go into just a little qigong practice.
A little bit tricky to hear your voice, Coco.
Can you hear my voice or not?
It's a little bit tricky.
Okay, should I turn the music down?
Yeah.
Is that better like that?
Yeah, that's better.
Great. Okay, so, and just coming back to the belly, coming back to the breath. So Qigong is really an energy practice. It's allowing us to manage where our energy is at and just allowing us to keep grounded so that the goal is to really feel your energy pushing into the earth. Actually, is it better without music? Music or no music?
That's actually better now that you've turned it down.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Maybe
So,
even down like one more if
one
possible.
more?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Great. I might even change it to one without words. Okay. So with the Qigong practice. So again, just coming back to the feet grounded in the earth. Coming into the breath. So with Qigong, as I said, it's really about managing the energy, making sure you're staying grounded in the earth. And so as energy rises up into the body, which will raise the hands, but for now it's just really about feeling the energy in the body. So imagine like your energy like a white light. So you're seeing the energy rise up as you bring the hands up, breathing in through the nose, and then just down, relax, sung, they say it. So again, imagine the energy rising up, breathing in as we inhale, and then we exhale, the hands come down. Inhale, hands reach up, pushing the feet into the earth. Exhale, hands come down. And just keep going like that, breathing in, pushing feet into the earth, the hands rise. Inhale and exhale. Imagine the energy rising up. You stay grounded, landed in the earth. Exhale. Keep going like that. Great. Perfect. It's like you're imagining water as well. It's like the water, like a waterfall's coming up, and then just go straight down, relaxed. We're learning to manage our energy as we get frustrated or things come up. Energy begins to rise, and we exhale it out. And this time, as the hands reach up, we're going to open up the heart, and this time you're really going to bring the energy in. Yeah, great. So out there, so breathing in. Exhale, bring the energy in towards you, and then back down to the ground. Perfect. Inhale. Imagining all that energy coming into your heart, picturing that white light, expanding, then breathing that in. And back down. Okay, notice your breath, notice the mind. And just keep coming back to the breath, back to the body, back to that light. As you bring that energy back into your heart, and back down to the earth. Energy rises up through your legs, then into your heart. Coming back in, back down. One more time like that, perfect. It's like the energy coming in through the legs, into your heart, and then down through the trunk of the body, through the feet. And then finally we'll bring the hands up to the sky this time. So bring the hands up. And then I want you to imagine like you're painting the rainbow. So as you glide from one side to the other. And really following the breath. Breathing in. Following the hands. Picturing like you're painting a rainbow in the sky. Breathing in and out. Slowly gliding the feet, your body, slowly to the music as you ground and present in your body. And now rising up, notice again where your energy is. Has it risen up to your hands, or have you kept it in your heart? Where is it? And can you bring that energy back into the heart? If it is up high, how can you bring that back down into the body and into the heart? Rising up again, bringing the energy up. But then you bring it back from here into the heart. Allowing the breath to move it and allowing the image, the light. As you see the light rise up. Bring that back down into the heart. Again, just feeling the heart. Feeling your heartbeat. Noticing what's present for you now. How do you feel? Taking a few deep breaths here. Keep breathing. And placing the hands at your heart. You to come into a small gratitude practice here. Just tuning into your heart, feeling the heartbeat. Feeling the energy inside you. How does your heart feel? Can you feel the blood pumping to your body? When we feel our heart, we begin to connect to the heart. Inviting you to think of 3 things that you're grateful for. Starting off with something you're grateful about yourself. What is it that you really love about yourself and that you're grateful to have? And really enjoy that thing that you're so grateful for about you. What do you love about yourself? And then thinking of someone else in your life that you're grateful for. Seeing their face, feeling them in your heart. And thinking of a place that you're super grateful for. Might be a favorite holiday destination, or maybe it's your own home, that place that you're super grateful for. Picture yourself in that place. Maybe you're with someone there. Just feel the love that exists inside your heart when you're grateful. Taking a deep breath in here and exhale. And when you're ready, coming back to the space, taking a seat. Beautiful. So hopefully we've kind of grounded in presence. I'd love to hear just a couple shares. How was that experience for you? How are you feeling now as opposed to maybe when we started? Again, the idea when we share, we're really acknowledging that we're getting it. We're telling our subconscious that, yes, I get this, I'm on board. And the more we put in, the more we're going to get out of this. So love to just take yourself off mute and
Yeah, I love that exercise. I find qigong so peaceful and really helps me like become more internal, but still being able to like move physically. And yeah, I really liked that gratitude exercise at the end, with your hands on your heart and doing like the what you're grateful for yourself and for other people. That definitely hit something in me, which was nice. Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
I loved feeling my heart beating after moving that energy there, and then felt more easy maybe to access my gratitude because I could feel my heart.
Yeah, I could actually feel the energy through my hands as I was kind of the movement. I could feel the heat. So I actually could feel that energy. So as I was kind of moving it down to my heart, it just felt really warm. It was such a lovely exercise. Really enjoyed that. Thank you.
Beautiful.
I had a similar experience, Kaz, when you prompted us, Coco, as to where our energy was. Mine was in my hands when our hands were above our head, and then just moving it down into the heart space was so like, yeah, it was so enlivening, I suppose, and just, yeah, expansive. And then moving into the gratitude practice, I really liked how you prompted us what to feel grateful for, because automatically my mind went to like other things, and I wouldn't naturally be grateful for like something within myself. So yeah, that was really beautiful. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Rach.
Thanks, Court. I really enjoyed that as well. I realized like it was very easy to feel grateful tonight. That was good. Like it was just this overflowing gratitude for so many different things. Like it went way past 3 for like other things I'm grateful for. It was like actually like all the women in this group, like there was already like 3 there, like there was more than 3 there, and then it just kept rolling. But yeah, I think it's really nice to go into gratitude for what you're grateful for yourself as well. I don't think I normally do gratitude processes like that. That was really good. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I think something that was cool was like feeling the energy when I was going up and down, and then I had like full body like tingles, and it was like cold, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just love that feeling. That was really cool and so powerful. Like we're literally on a Zoom call and we can have that power within us. So thank you.
Thanks. It's such a great practice. I feel like even 2 minutes of it and you're like, oh yeah, feel it. And I loved, Rach, as you said before, like bringing it down, because at any point it's like where our focus goes, our energy flows. So it's like knowing that your energy is all up in the mind, and it's like actually just imagine it, like bringing it back down into your heart. It's so simple, and yeah, I love it.
I feel very grounded after that. And like you just said, you don't have to do it for long. It's already so powerful. So yeah, just going back to listing a few things that you're grateful for really is, yeah, so grounding and peaceful. Thank you.
Great. So, oh, I know that's going to be part of the, I guess the things to take away, like going for this week, is to really every day to write out what are you grateful for about yourself, about someone else, and about a place. And it just, you can write as many things you want, but it's such a simple thing to get you in the present moment as well, get you into that present state of joy, because we remember like it's not about what we're looking for in our life. It's like, what am I grateful for in the present moment? And it's like, oh, it's all here. You realize that joy. It's like, oh, I have everything I need. And yeah, it's probably the most powerful practice I do. I think when I started practicing gratitude, it totally changed my life. And I was like, oh, how can this actually work? And I was reading this book called Thanks 1,000, who's this guy, AJ Jacobson. He went all around the world thanking 1,000 people for making his morning coffee possible. So he flew to Colombia and found the people that made the beans, and And he said he was like he would have considered himself to be more of a Larry David kind of really like angry hater of the world. And through the power of gratitude, he became more like Tom Hanks. And he's like, his whole mindset changed, his state of being changed from practicing gratitude. And it wasn't something that came naturally to him. And so I think a lot of people are like, oh, I can't bother, I'm grateful. But it's like, no, actually feeling it in your heart, especially about yourself. Because as many of us kind of shared, is that we very rarely thank ourselves and give gratitude for ourselves. But it's like that self-love is the most important thing that we have, because we're not seeking it from other people. It's like, oh, I feel that worth within myself. And so, yeah, I really want you to come back to that throughout this week and notice. You'll notice more things about yourself that you're grateful for as the week goes on. And that's the intention of this whole journey, is to come back to that true point of self-love. And we've got to give it to ourselves and train our brains to see that within ourselves. So yeah, that's going to be one of the practices, is gratitude every day. And thinking as well of an intention for why you want to be more present in your life. I know for me, presence is something that I'm really working on, because I know the value of presence, and yet I know like my mind can get so excited by the future of everything. And it's a blessing and a curse, because I'm super driven and really excited, but like I'm often living in the future that I'm missing the fullness of each moment. And I was really at Burning Man where I actually understood the power of presence, because it was such a crazy place with so many things going on, and became the greatest metaphor for my life. And I remember before Burning Man, and there's still probably there's a little bit of this, but I would do a million activities, just do everything, plan a million things. And I thought I was really enjoying life. And to a certain, there was a lot of fun, but I didn't really realize how much of each moment I was missing, because I was moving so fast. And I got to Burning Man, and the first day I was overwhelmed. If anyone doesn't know Burning Man, there is 100,000 people there. There is thousands of camps hosting thousands of workshops on at any one point in time. And so you can't actually be everywhere, which is a great metaphor for life. And so the first day I was just like this little kid in a candy store, like, oh my God, where do I want to go? And like, I came back that night, and I was just overwhelmed. Like I was like, I had the schedule, and I had highlighted like every single thing. I was like, where is this stage, and where's that? Do you know where this is? And anyway, and then I bumped into someone on the street, and I was like, oh, do you know where this stage is that has this workshop? I really want to go to that. And he was just like, tranquilo, just be here now. And I was like, be here now. I am here now. I'm trying to do everything now. He's like, you just be here now. Anyway, and I kind of like went home that night, and I was like, what a jerk, be here now. What does that even mean? What is, I am being here. Anyway, kind of landed. And then the next day and for the rest of that Burning Man time, I just was saying that to myself. Anytime my mind wanted to go and be at another stage that I wasn't at, I was like, oh, be here now. And I would just really like love wherever I was. And in that, even though I'd highlighted all these workshops that I wanted to go to, I ended up finding myself at the ones that I was supposed to be at. So I would be at this party going there, and then like next thing I'd turn to my right and there'll be the workshop that was on at that exact moment. And it just made me really remember this idea of just wherever I am is perfect, and I can have an intention to have all these things, but all I need to remember is to be here now. And so I really want to invite us to like that be the mantra of the week, that it's just whenever you feel your mind going somewhere, be here now, be here now, be here now. And just everything is perfect in this moment, especially when we're fully with it. And also how much more I remember at Burning Man when I was there, like in the now, I was able to see and experience so much more, because my mind wasn't wondering where anything was, that I was missing the moment. And I've seen this time and time again in my life, that the synchronicities that come up when we're fully in the moment everything's just, there's so much more to experience. And we're going to have an embodied practice of that with the raisin. So getting out your raisin for the second time. You've all got your raisin. And this time, I really want you to be with the raisin. So just bringing your awareness, I'm going to put some music on because let's... And so first, just looking at the raisin. Just like really bringing your attention to all the grooves, all the things. How does it look? And let your eyes roam over the fruit and... Sorry, I think this is distracting. And pick out all the details. Noticing the color, the areas of light and shade. So have any ridges or shine. And then, yeah, as you're touching the raisin, bringing your awareness into the sensations in your fingertips. Feel its smallness in your fingers. You can even move the raisin into your palm and just noticing really the size of that raisin. And feeling the raisin's texture with your fingers. Noticing if it's waxy or if it's soft, if it's hard. What does the raisin really feel like? And then bringing your awareness into a smell. So smelling the raisin. Bringing it to your nose. Taking a deep inhalation and exhalation. Concentrating on any scents and fragrances you can detect from this small little raisin. Does it smell sweet or earthy? What can you smell? And notice if just smelling the raisin has made your tummy rumble. And now finally bringing the raisin to your mouth without chewing it. Notice even how instinctively your hand knew where to take it to your mouth, and just spend some time concentrating on how the raisin feels in the mouth. How does it feel on your tongue? Turning the raisin over in your mouth and feel the textures on the roof of your mouth, on the sides of your mouth, on the tip of your tongue. And then take 1 or 2 bites without swallowing it. Fix your mind on the sensations that were released into your mouth. And notice how it tastes. And notice if the taste develops as moments pass. How has the raisin changed in its form? Do the smaller pieces of fruit feel or taste different than the others? Bring your awareness to the sounds it makes as you chew and swallow the raisin. And once you've really explored the sensation of the raisin in your mouth, notice your intention to swallow and then follow through with the physical act of actually swallowing. And see if you can track the sensation of the raisin moving down the throat and through the body. And when you're ready, you can kind of bring yourself back to beyond the raisin, back into the body, back into the mind. So I'd love to you guys to just journal now. What was your experience of eating the raisin for the second time around? And then fingers up when you're done. All right. So who's going to open the floor for us? Would love to hear your experience and how the two raisin eating sessions compared. What did you notice? And also just what you're getting, what's coming up for you, what's landing. Yeah.
May I start?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
you go, Laura.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I was thinking what you were describing with Burning Man, how when you started to be really present, sorry, you were able to absorb so much more of what was going on and really taking in like your surroundings and what was happening, and probably really being in that moment and feeling all the joy and whatever you were feeling. And it felt kind of the same with the raisin. Like I felt like the first time I wrote down, I don't think I've ever given that much attention to one raisin, and it's really so much sweeter than I thought it actually was. And now eating it this slowly and you feeling the flavor developing and things, it was such a metaphor for what you're describing in life. Giving it more attention, you notice the details and the intricacies of it all so much more, and it's so much more joyful. Yeah. So thank you for that exercise. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's like we miss so much of every moment because we're so quickly to just gobble it down. In food as like one of the greatest joys of life. It's such a gift that we get to eat this, and we, me and myself included, take it for granted. That's why I love mindful eating, which is what we're going to do this week. But it's really about bringing a full awareness, a full sensory experience. And if we can do that in each moment with each person, so much joy can be experienced. The sweetness of life can really be taken to the fullest. So yeah, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, for me, so eating the raisin the first time, I thought I did well by writing 4 things about it, because obviously I knew the theme was presence, and I was putting my attention on the raisin. So I was like, yeah, that was great. You know, it's flavoursome and, you know, squidgy, juicy, all of that. But actually then going through it the second time, going through all the senses, made me realise, though I thought that I'd put my attention on the experience the first time, I actually hadn't, because I wasn't present. I was just kind of mechanically thinking through the process, you know. And there was just so much more that came from the experience, the joy of eating just a small little raisin, by feeling it, smelling it, tasting it, and actually feeling the journey of it going down into my body was just incredible. Such a different experience. And it actually feels really joyful to have eaten one small little raisin. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Gaz. Yeah, even better is when we can add gratitude at the beginning of like eating this meal. So really being with the food, and then like as it's just so small and so nourishing, you know. And you're like, imagine if we did that with every meal. It's like, oh my gosh, wow, like what a gift.
Yeah, I had this like big wave of gratitude like towards the end of it, because I noticed that like I eat my food so quickly, like there's no tomorrow. I just scoff it down. So like eating that so slowly just like made me appreciate like every single like really unique moment of just like feeling into my senses and like actually tasting it, like really tasting it and like savoring the, you know, tiny little bit of flavor, but it's like so potent as well. So yeah, I loved that, and I loved the metaphor of you at Burning Man. I think that is just very on point.
Yeah, it's so true. I didn't realize how much of the moment I was missing until after. Yeah, and you're like, oh my gosh, what was I doing that first day? I thought I was having fun, but I didn't even know what fun was. Yeah.
Same, Sammy. I'm always eating so quickly, and it doesn't matter how much I intend to be present with my food, I'm just not. I'll do it for one meal. I'll eat consciously and then I forget about it. So I'm so excited that that's a theme for this week.
And do you notice, though, Mitzi, with when the times when you do have a more conscious meal, that you enjoy it more? What's your experience?
Yeah, I do enjoy it more. I think also I maybe don't eat as much. I eat more slowly. Just the whole thing it's an entirely different experience. Yeah, and it's wild how different it is actually.
I find this such a challenge to eat slowly as well. So I'm looking forward to doing this all together, and all we holding ourselves accountable to it. Because anytime we do it, it's a practice, and it's like really honoring the food, being with it, experiencing it, and you become more in tune with the body as well, which is part of the whole exercise, is to be more present in every moment, be more present with our bodies, and experience the fullness of it. So we'll be able to experience it and share this all together, so that we can learn from one another and encourage each other to really be with our food, one of the greatest gifts we have.
Yeah, I definitely realized that I eat really quickly and not mindfully. And it's really been tested here because I'm at a village which Sammy has been to and Coco has been to. And as you know, the food here is crazy, so good. And it's like kind of like a buffet style. And what I've noticed is like I'm eating, but I'm like, oh, I'm going to go back for seconds, like a spoon in. like, what am I going to get for seconds? And I go, even when I'm not hungry, I just always, it's so hard not to get seconds here. And I've just really noticed there's this kind of like desperateness around it. And yeah, I think this exercise would be really good. And I think, someone said that Mitz says you eat like less when you go slower. And I noticed that, like, if I'm at, say, having like tapas and they bring the food out slowly, I realize actually I don't need that much to get full. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really helpful exercise.
Yeah, and to add to your point as well on like our natural desire to eat fast is all based on root chakra. It's like, it's this, you know, core of ours is like this safety, this need to be nourished, and food is like the core of survival. And so when we can be more attuned to that, it's like I have so much here, and like really be with it. We start to like really nourish our root chakra as well, to be like, I'm safe. This is great, you know. And so even bringing the awareness to the belly as well, to the root actually, before you eat, and be like, you know, I'm so blessed to have this food, and this, you know, there is so much in here. I'm so abundant. I don't need to rush to eat it. Especially if like you had siblings. I know for me, I had a whole family, we used to share food all the time. So it's like a core safety thing was like, will I have enough? I've got to make sure that I'm fed enough. And so I ate so quickly, and then it's just become a pattern. So it's reprogramming that pattern to be like, no one's stealing food from my plate, and I get to eat this all in my own time and really be with it. So yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, God.
Yeah, that kind of resonates with me as well, Coco, because I was brought up with a family, you know, a big family of brothers and sisters, and my mum would put all the kind of leftover, you know, the spare roast potatoes or whatever on the table, on the middle of the table, but said, right, you've got to finish your plates first. So it was a race to eat your dinner as quick as you could because you wanted more roast potatoes. So that really resonates with me.
Yeah, who else had that like experience of like kind of fighting for food in the table? Yeah.
Me and my partner have both been practicing conscious eating in the last month, or maybe a little bit more, because we've been trying to follow an Ayurvedic kind of practice. So we've actually been consciously being a lot more present with our food, which has been such a like helpful, like beautiful experience, because we both used to eat just so fast. And now that we've implemented that practice, we notice when we are eating fast, like we can pick it up a lot easier. So it's like, yeah, so helpful. And we both notice as well that we are much like fuller, like quicker if we're eating slower. I don't know if that made sense. And I really love expressing gratitude before you eat a meal as well, like really sitting with it. But I don't always remember to do that because I'm like in a rush or something. So yeah, I really would like to make that a regular practice with every meal because it's so powerful. Yeah.
Perfect. And Mads, have you noticed as well, when you're more present with your food, being more present in life, like it starts at the dining table? And I'd love for you to share even your experience on that.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think that has helped with just being more attentive whenever like I'm talking to people. Like if you're present with what's in front of you, then you're going to be present with what's in front of you no matter what you're doing. So yeah, that's definitely been helpful for me. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. I'd love to hear if anyone else wants to share before we move on. Steph?
Yeah, I had a similar experience with like I felt like the first time we ate the raisin, I was very present with it. And I feel like I was, but the difference for me was like actually observing the food, and then like I was looking at it, and then like I had more like wonderful moments with myself. Like I was looking and I was like, this looks like an asshole. And then I laughed to myself and like had this joyous moment with myself. And then I was looking at it and I was like, this looks like when I was a kid and I used to rollerblade with my sister and we get scabs on our legs, on our knees. And then it like took me back to this like magical memory of being a kid. And yeah, it was like, I did not expect that. But the actual like physical eating side of things, I think I had clocked to try and be present on the first eating. So yeah, just I think, yeah, the more present you become with something, the more you can allow joy in, or you can allow for things to be more easily received, or I don't know, but that was certainly my experience. And also when you said to swallow, I was like, oh my gosh, this body is freaking amazing. Like our organs, they just all work. And it's like, I had intense gratitude for my physical body at that moment when you said swallow. So yeah.
Beautiful. I love that. And I love that you were writing so much of it at the end. It was like bringing up so much. And yeah, it's that's exactly it. When we can be more present, we experience so much more. We see so much more. We access so much more within. And then as we go deeper within, we feel that joy within. So it was, yeah, you really hit the nail on the head with that. Thank you for sharing, Steph. That's beautiful.
I can definitely resonate with everyone's experiences. I guess just to add, I sort of felt that my senses were almost heightened when I placed my awareness in my senses, in my senses, which was a pretty magical thing to, experience something for what it truly is, instead of and experiencing all kind of aspects through the body, like tying in back to what you were saying, Steph. It's pretty incredible. And yeah, I definitely scoff my food. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next week, sitting with my food to start with, and just being grateful that, we have access to this abundance that so many people don't. And then, just being more aware of, like every mouthful, and being a lot more mindful when eating. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to giving it a whirl.
Great. Thanks for sharing. So the last thing, I was going to take some time to journal, but I actually think I prefer for you guys to kind of let this sort of sink in, and then throughout the next week, when you've got some time, really sitting about what is, and answering the questions around what does presence mean to you? Who do you know who feels really present in your life, and what do they do? How do they act? How do they make you feel? And again, this is just really about tuning into what is it that we want to be, what's our intention for being more present, how do we want to feel, and when we've got some kind of image of what that is, or we have a feeling of what that feels like, it makes it easier for us to tap into that within ourselves. So let them be the expander of what someone who's deeply present feels like. I know for me, like Nico has been my greatest teacher, with someone who's so present, and I'm constantly aspiring to have his kind of presence, because you feel like he's fully with me. So he's a great expander. And when I think of this, I really journal about his presence, and that's something that I want to have. Bring awareness to where in your life you could be more present, and what are the things that prevents you from being present. And for me, it's always like plans of the future, and then what do I do when I'm distracted and not present? So just doesn't have to be I think I feel quite semi-complete on this. So like, I think we'll do 90 minutes to 2 hours each session, but just like allowing the theme to sort of be with you each week. And as we bring it in, it's like presence is the beginning of joy, because as we've all experienced from today, it's like being, the more in the moment you can be, the more present you can be, the more fullness you can experience, the more joy you're going to experience within. So it's the foundation for joy is presence, because if we're not present with it, we're going to miss the joy in the moment anyway. So yeah, so this week is really, as I said, the mindful meditation eating. So pick, I'd love to say every single meal, but I feel like it's probably unrealistic. Great if you can, and I'm all about it. Let's set the intention of doing one meal a day. So make it like breakfast every day, or lunch every day, or dinner every day, where you're going to give yourself that 20 minutes to eat that meal. And really being with it, starting off with gratitude, like thanking, using AJ Jacobson as a like, I mean, he's the star of, like thanking the 1,000 people that made his coffee possible. Let's just like, thank 5 things for making that, thank wherever things came from. If you can trace it back to like the supermarket, to the truck drivers, to the farm, take it back that little bit and really picture those people in that journey that made it to your plate. Or if you buy from the farmer's market, like the person that you serve, they served you at the farmer's market, and then to the farmer, then to the plant. So taking it back those few steps to really bring you into the food that's with you. And then, as we said, mindful eating, bringing the full sensory experience of look, feel, touch, smell, taste, and then hearing the sounds of you chewing. So I would try and eat that meal alone, which is very difficult to do when someone else is chatting to you. And I know for me as well, it's like I eat every meal with Nico and I'm constantly talking, and I'm going to be like, no, this is my time with my food and gratitude. So I'm excited to do these practices and to all share together what we experienced with it, and then noticing with the intention of us being more present with our food, but bringing more joy to that meal. And then how does that affect the rest of the week? Were you able to be more aware in life? And so it's not just about the meal, it's about bringing more mindfulness so that we can bring more presence to every moment so we can experience more joy. Any questions? Questions, comments, thoughts?
Just want to say thank you, Coco. Already it's so exciting to have little bits of homework and like prompts to journal about. So just want to say thank you, and thank you to everyone else who's shown up for the first one. It's really exciting to start this journey.
You.
I second that. Thanks, Court. I'm so excited. I think it's really good homework. And what stuck with me is you talking about that the eating relates to the root chakra, and just saying before you eat, I'm safe, I have enough. And I think that that's something that can be taken into other areas of life. Just that is a mantra, I'm safe. But I think maybe as a mantra for becoming present anywhere, I'm safe, I can be here.
And the other mantra I want to add is the be here now, be here now, be here now. So I think that's a nice thing to add before the meal is like, I am safe, I have enough, I am blessed, before you eat your food. And then if ever you're feeling your mind go somewhere, or you're, and then just the mantra of be here now, be here now. It's a great grounding practice as well to like feel safe in the now.
Sorry, what was that? I am safe.
I don't even know what I said. I'm safe. I have enough. I am blessed, I think.
That's it. Yeah.
So proud of you too, Court, for doing the thing.
Thanks. I'm so excited.
Me too. I'm so happy. This will be fun.
Yeah, and also I want to really thank all of you for joining me. It's like I've really wanted to as I mentioned, I've worked a lot in the corporate space and feeling like there's so much that I've learned over the past few years I really want to share, but like obviously my head gets in my own way of like, who am I to do this? And, you know, and I know that all these things are so simple, but they're really profound and have helped me so much. So to be with amazing women who I respect so much, to join me on this journey, I feel super grateful and know we're going to like have an epic time and like really, bring more joy to all our lives and being in community with amazing women. Like what a gift. So I want to thank you guys for joining me on the journey. And as I said, if you have any feedback throughout, like we'd just love to hear it live. And I want to make this the most joyful journey and to have fun with you guys, which I feel like we're already doing.
Oh, such a gift.
Yeah.
Go. Thank you so much.
Ciao. Any last farewells before we call it?
Yeah, I was just going to say thank you as well. I have so much gratitude for being here in this moment, and I can just feel the loving energy from everyone on the screen. So I'm so excited to be on the journey with you all. And yeah, thank you, Coco. You're such a blessing. So thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, Joanne. And here's to raising the vibration. Love you all. Bye, guys.